I'm going to talk about another secret practice technique, which I'm guessing a lot of people don't do, but it's something that I find very, very useful, and that is playing everything just with your left hand, or for those of you who are left-handed, just with your fingering hand. Most of the time on the guitar, we think that the sound comes from the picking hand, and while you're not wrong, the thing that I sort of realized is when you're dealing with splat notes or coordination issues between the hands, it's because the left hand or the fingering hand very often is late. And the way I sort of thought about it is everything on the guitar is a series of appointments. It's like, thousands of appointments that are agreed upon in a piece or in a solo. On beat 1 of bar 3, the index finger is going to be on the 8th fret of the D string, and there's going to be a downstroke. Then the next appointment is going to be the ring finger on the 11th fret of the same string, and it's going to be met with the right hand and an upstroke. Now the right hand only has two tasks. It's either got to go down or it's got to go up. So it's very rarely late to one of these appointments. But your left hand, most of the time, it's got a bit on the plate. It's got 4 employees, sometimes 5. It's got 6 strings, somewhere between 21 to 22 or 24 frets that you've got to sort of get to. And, maybe 3 out of every 4 or 4 out of every 5 notes, one of the fingers is going to be late to an appointment. And your picking hand is not very patient. It just picks the note and moves on. And that leaves you with a splat. So the thing that I realized is if you can just take care of stuff with the left hand alone, you can get one of those little sort of hair tie things that people put across a fretboard. I don't have one. But I just turn my volume up, try playing with a metronome, or just try tapping everything with your left hand. And what you'll find is, this is not that kind of Van Halen style tapping. So I'm not looking for clean notes. I'm just looking to feel the string under my fingers and know that I'm on the right note at the right time. I don't need a clean note because I'm not actually going to tap in real life. You could do this just with a scale. We're going like... I know that each of my fingers were there on time, so when I add the pick... I get a very clean scale with no splat notes. This can be put into everything you do, like that lick I did at the beginning is very sort of chromatic. So I was slurring and I was plucking notes every now and then, but I could do it just left hand like... This is also a great way to build speed, independence in your left-hand fingers, and coordination between both hands. Think about it this way. If you're a football player and you're not the fastest guy on the field, or girl, the answer to build your speed is not by playing more football. It would be to do leg exercises, to go to sand dunes with a weighted backpack and do adversity training, to do sprints, to look at, get an athletics coach and work on building muscle in your legs and doing sort of time trials and stuff like that. And then when you hop back on the football field, you'll probably be faster. Not just playing football over and over again is the answer to being faster at sprinting. It's the same thing with your right hand and your left hand. There are right hand things we can look at in another video. Speed and articulation and clarity doesn't come from just playing the guitar more or practicing your scales more. You got to think about it, you got to be sensible. So this is a really good way. You can just do simple exercises. It might just be 2 fingers. Nice and clean. And you can do them in rhythm. So it could be like, and have a little break, stretch your fingers out, and you might do with, you might do a scale, like part of a scale shape. Really light. play. You don't have to tap hard. That's why I'm doing it on an electric guitar. Just turn my volume up if I want to hear myself more. Then add a scale, and then just start playing some of your licks you might normally do. Excuse all of the open strings ringing. That's just part and parcel of this if you don't have one of those things. So in the last video we talked about singing what you play and phrasing. This one here, I'm looking at really making sure my fingers know exactly what they're doing. And a lot of the time, I don't think many people know exactly what their fingers are doing. They think of both hands as a unit, which yes, they are, but if you want your left hand to be extremely clean, we look at guys with 21st century chops, these fingers are just like well-refined little robots. And obviously all of the lick sort of design and command comes from upstairs, but you want to try and workshop them. So you can sing along with what you play, that might help as well. Probably hear what sounds like a missed note, but that's when I'm putting my finger flat across the next string so I get a descending pentatonic sequence. And obviously that's really hard to just to get that sound to tap, so it just ends up sounding like a missed note. But I physically feel it, and that's the most important thing, making sure it's in rhythm. Now that might sound a little bit rough and not as recognizable as a scale, but then when I put my picking hand to it, it ends up being basically what I want. I didn't feel like I was missing any notes then. Sounds pretty good there. Yeah, so just another really good way, and so it's a bit of a shortcut. Like, you still got to put the time in, but you'll see guys just banging their heads against the wall, doing scales with a metronome, and this cuts out so much time. You'll see that like your improvement might go from that to going like this. And then if you do a similar thing working on just the right hand stuff, let's say for example you got an hour a day to do on this stuff. You do like 20 minutes of this hand, 20 minutes of this hand, and then 20 minutes together. That's some pretty serious technical stuff happening there. Anyway, drop a comment below if you got any questions, and I'll do some more videos on this kind of thing, and I'll see you cats next time.